So let's find out what it's like being a member of Transformation HQ. So what's your name and what HQ are you from?
I'm Sally Ann and I was at HQ Ashbourne.
So how long have you been doing the programme?
I was very kindly gifted the 12-week programme, so that's what I've completed, just start to finish in 12 weeks.
Yeah, through a competition that we run. So what results have you seen in that 12 weeks?
Oh my gosh. So I've lost 3 inches off my waist, I think about 1.5 inches off my legs, I think an inch off my arms. I've lost 1 stone in weight and dropped a dress size.
Wow. So yeah, lots and lots of results there. So what was your main struggles before you joined HQ?
Before I joined, I mean, I've put on weight and lost weight within about a sort of £10 amount, and I've managed to lose it again, but I've always kind of got to a certain weight and never been able to get any further down, sort of plateaued there and then just stayed there. So the main struggles beforehand were not understanding nutrition, not understanding what I know now, and just sort of losing the weight, and it more being like by chance rather than intentionally. It was intentionally, but I'm not really understanding how I can maximise it. And also my fitness, I've always had a sort of working level of fitness, but nothing, no definition like I've got now.
Brilliant. So, did you have any worries before you started the programme?
Yeah, absolutely. I worried about the amount of time that it would take to commit to go into the gym sessions, and I worried about the food and being disorganised with the food, because the key to the food is planning. So yeah, I had plenty of worries, just really about organisation and logistics, fitting it all in.
Yeah. And what did you do to combat those? Because obviously you've achieved the results. And so what advice would you give to somebody that has all those worries? What did you do to
Well, don't have the worries, because it's a very simple programme to follow. There's no great complicated procedures or anything like that. It's very, very simple and so well laid out and explained, and week by week, and it takes you down a journey. It's not overwhelming, so you just take it one step at a time. And the way it's broken down and the information that you're given makes it really, really easy to follow.
Brilliant. So how's your life changed since HQ, since this transformation programme?
I feel just generally my energy levels are through the roof. I feel fitter, stronger, just generally just more positive and better able to deal with everyday stresses.
Brilliant. So tell me about, let's talk specifically about the programme. So obviously where you're at before you started the programme, and then how you found going through the programme, and just talk about the nutrition and the training.
So prior to the programme, as you know, I had cancer treatment 2 years ago, and I'm still on hormone therapy, whatever it's called. And I was on a very strong tablet that only finished in July, whereas I started this programme in September. So I was pretty fatigued and I'm feeling pretty rough. So I was feeling all the fatigue and not really, a bit lost nutrition wise. And the programme really brought it home about what I was eating, made me analyse not just what I was eating calorie wise, but the macros. Macros are incredibly important, and the difference that I feel from eating more protein and less carbs. And I realised that my previous diet was pretty much 80% carbs, very little protein, and some fats. And no wonder I didn't have the requisite energy that I needed, and so inevitably you would feel more fatigued. Increasing my focusing on my macros has made a massive difference.
Obviously I couldn't imagine what you've been through, so obviously you'll have to tell me. So is obviously dealing with everything that you've been through, now eating well, training hard, does that help? Has that helped you
100%. I felt pretty good before I got sick, and then chemotherapy takes you to the depths of everything. It's just vile. But since then, this is the first time. I felt better obviously since my treatment ended, and I've felt sort of progressively better, but this is the first time that I felt like I feel even better than I did before. You know, I feel unstoppable now, and my energy levels are honestly through the roof, and it's just a fantastic feeling. I feel incredibly healthy, which to somebody who's had cancer is like, that's all you want.
Of course, that absolutely inspiring, hopefully, to anybody that's, you know, listening to that. So tell me about the HQ sessions. Like, what is it like going into the HQ session, and how did you find them?
So it's a bit daunting. It's not as daunting as going into a gym, let me tell you. There's no, like, you know, flipping gym rats there that are intimidating and making you feel like you don't know what you're doing. So you go in and have no idea what I was doing. I know what the kind of the exercises are, but I don't know what they're called. And I don't even know what my muscles are called. But it's all very inclusive. You know, it's very small sessions. It's very informal atmosphere. But at the same time, it's very, very motivational. There's a lot of hard work being done. You know, they're forever encouraging you to lift more weights, and, you know, keeping an eye on you, checking your form, checking that you know, if it looks like you're not trying hard enough, but that it's not hard enough for you, then adding more weight on, pushing you every single time, and it just goes so quick.
Brilliant. So has anything cool happened to you since you started the transformation program?
I think what's the coolest thing is that my job, my professional life, I have improved in my job, because I'm just brighter and have more energy overall, and just better able to deal with the stresses, and I can just work harder. And I think it's just my mindset has changed. And so I would say the most coolest thing, because my life is pretty introverted and I don't really do any cool things, but the coolest thing is that I've been smashing targets at work. And I don't think it's any any sort of, I think it's not just a coincidence that it's at the same time as this. I think it's definitely because of my much improved energy, focus, and everything else. So much easier to get up in the morning.
Powerful. So tell me about the nutrition, like your understanding. Has your understanding of nutrition improved now?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
So the macros thing, you know, the protein, it's actually incredibly hard to get over 100 grams of protein each day. But you know, it really makes you focus. And then when you're going to eat something, you're like, is this going to help me achieve my goal? Do I really want to eat this, or am I just wasting calories on this snack that's just full of carbs? When I could have, you know, 150 calories of fish or meat or something like that is going to be infinitely better for me. Or I could just have a Kit Kat, which is not going to make me feel great. And it's really helped me understand how my body reacts to food. So I know that if I eat something very high in carbs or sugar in the afternoon, it makes me go to sleep. So I don't do that anymore. But if I eat a high protein, low carb lunch, I don't get that afternoon slump. So it's really, you know, I've realised that I do need carbs in my life, otherwise I'm going to hurt somebody. But because mood swings are real. But it's been really interesting. And, you know, it's just that general kind of feeling of wellness. I just can't imagine going back to eating rubbish food and feeling rubbish, just because of, it's really brought it home to me how important diet is.
Yeah, 100%. And you put the balance between obviously the macros, the carbohydrates. If you understand that they might give you a little bit of a drop in the afternoon, but you know that they need to be in to support your training. So having that knowledge of when to put them in and when to keep them out is really important.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So what would you say to anybody thinking about joining HQ?
Oh my God, just do it. Just absolutely do it. You would not regret it. I mean, nobody ever regrets improving their health and fitness. You will only regret not taking that chance. And I would say 100% just go for it. Like, it's a short period of time. It's not a lifelong commitment. It's not it takes as much time as you want it to take. You know, the 3 sessions a week, the extras, you don't have to do them. You haven't got to be hours in the gym or anything like that. It's, you know, the results come very quick and you know, very fast, which is motivational as well, because you see the results within, like, you know, 7 to 10 days. You can see visible results. And so I would say that 100%, if you can, like, turn it around, turn your life around and your physique around in 12 weeks, why wouldn't you?
Brilliant. So if you're inspired by Sally's story, because I know I am, then you can take part in our introductional 6-week program, which is an introductional to Transformation HQ. So all you got to do is click the link on this video, drop us a message, and we'll invite you in for a find out more meeting, and you can see if the program's for you.